Number 1. Bangkok is the world's most visited city. With 22.78 million international visitors, Bangkok has been named the most visited city in the world for the fourth year in a row, beating Paris, London, Dubai, and Singapore. Number 2. Typing keyboards used to be arranged alphabetically. Have you ever wondered why keyboards aren't arranged by the ABCs compared to the QWERTY keys we know now? You'd be surprised to know the uniform QWERTY keys we use were chosen at random. For PCs and laptops, the typewriter was man's first typing experience. The earliest typewriters had alphabetic keys, but people typed so fast that the mechanical arms got jammed and tangled up. To solve this, the keys were randomly positioned to slow down typing and prevent key jamming. Number 3. We are born with only two natural fears: the fear of falling and the fear of loud sounds. One of the most surprising fun facts about life: all other fears and phobias are learned or acquired later in life. Number 4. Baked beans are not actually baked. In the UK, the dish is usually stewed in sauce. On the other hand, canned baked beans are cooked through a steaming process. Bottom line, baked beans are rarely ever baked. Number 5. Antarctica is the only continent without any reptiles or snakes. Not only does the elusive continent of Antarctica lack McDonald's joints, but it also doesn't have any of our lizard friends. Why? Well, we all know that reptiles are cold-blooded, so they can't produce their own heat, meaning they'd get turned into popsicles in the frosty Arctic. Number 6. Video games help surgeons perform better. According to a 2007 study, surgeons who play certain video games at least 3 hours a week perform 27% faster with 37% less errors during surgery. Number 7. Tomato ketchup was used as medicine for 16 years. Whether you love it or hate it, this condiment once had a place in the world beyond hot dogs. However, you'd be surprised to know that ketchup only had tomatoes in it starting 1834. Before, ketchup was made with a mix of fish and mushrooms. When Dr. John Cook Bennett added tomatoes to the mix, he claimed that the antioxidants gave it a medicinal property. He had a pill salesman turn his tomato ketchup into pills and claimed it could treat diarrhea, indigestion, jaundice, and rheumatism. Number 8. The brain is the fattest organ. The stomach may be our body's fattest part, but the fattest organ is our brain. The brain is composed of nearly 60% fat. Number 9. Australia has the most number of venomous snakes worldwide. Australia is home to almost 100 species of venomous snakes. However, only one fatal snake bite incident is recorded per year. Number 10. Dead people get goosebumps. One of the not-so-fun but amazing fun facts: when people die, the tiny muscles under their hair follicles contract. This gives skin the appearance of their hair standing on end. If you think death is a hair-raising concept, you are absolutely right. Number 11. You can't move or touch William Shakespeare's bones. William Shakespeare's legacy doesn't stop at his plays and how many words he created. But even in the afterlife, he leaves a lasting display of his wit. Buried in 1616, the playwright was said to write his tombstone inscription, which reads, "Good friend, for Jesus' sake forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed be the man that spares the stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones." Number 12. Digging a hole to China is possible if you start in Argentina. One of the most intriguing fun facts about Argentina is that you could dig a hole to China from there. As a feat usually done by cartoon or comic book characters, traveling to China underground is possible in theory, but not so much in practice. Underground conditions such as heat, pressure, and lack of oxygen are just one of the few realities that keep this cartoonish concept just that, a concept for cartoons. Number 13. A snail can sleep for 3 years. Aside from their shocking number of teeth, these small critters have some more astonishing tricks up their sleeve. Nap time for a snail can last from a few hours up to 3 years. Number 14. A musician named Jim Sullivan mysteriously disappeared 6 years after recording an album called UFO. The 1969 album featured strange lyrics about leaving his family and being abducted by aliens. Sullivan disappeared 6 years later with only his abandoned car found on a desert road in New Mexico as evidence. Number 15. The name for the Pringles shape is a hyperbolic paraboloid. The saddle shape of a Pringles chip is known in math as a hyperbolic paraboloid. Pringles were made in this shape because it allows the chips to be stacked easily and kept in place during packaging. Number 16. There are McDonald's in all continents except Antarctica. Fast food giant McDonald's serves 120 countries, with about 37,855 restaurants worldwide. But you wouldn't find a single McDonald's joint in Antarctica. Not only does it have a McDonald's-shaped void, but Antarctica is the only demilitarized continent worldwide. Instead, the entire continent is relegated for educational and scientific purposes. Number 17. Half of all bank robberies in the U.S. are done on a Friday. According to 2011 government statistics, bank robberies in the U.S. take place most often in mid-morning, on Fridays and in the southern and western states. Out of the total stolen $43 million in 2011, only a measly $8 million was recovered. Number 18. Tinder made its first match in Antarctica in 2014. Tinder made its first match on the continent of Antarctica in 2014. The match in question was between two research scientists. You could pretty much find a match for you anywhere with these new dating apps. Number 19. Men's dress shirt collars used to be detachable. To save on laundry costs, men's shirt collars were removable in the mid-1800s. This was because the collar was the part that needed the most frequent cleaning. Number 20. The first novel in the world ended mid-sentence. The Tale of Genji, written by Murasaki Shikibu in the 11th century, is the world's oldest novel. Towards the end of 54 chapters, the story stopped abruptly mid-sentence. Some translators believe the work is complete and intended to end that way, but others say a few pages haven't been recovered yet. Number 21. In 2014, a missing woman on a vacation in Iceland was found in a search party for herself. A missing tourist in the Elja Canyon was found in the search party tasked to locate her. She was last seen in the tour bus nearing the volcanic canyon. However, when she changed out of her clothes, she was reported missing. The search progressed from evening until the wee hours of the morning. The tourist group, and likely the tourist herself, were in for the surprise of their lives, and they found the missing person in the search party itself. Number 22. Sneezing while traveling at 60 miles per hour makes you close your eyes for 50 feet. In a not-so-fun fact, the few milliseconds you spend sneezing can make you lose track of the distance you travel. No matter how amazing that may be, it is very hazardous for the road. About 2,500 road accidents occur in a UK winter due to colds and sneezing. Number 23. The Big Ben in London is leaning so much that the incline is visible to the naked eye. Weathering has not been kind to the Big Ben. Experts estimate that it will have the same incline as the Leaning Tower of Pisa in 4,000 years. Number 24. The directors of the film Despicable Me wrote their own language for the Minions. It may sound like total gibberish, but the famed or infamous Minions of the Despicable Me franchise speak an actual language. The directors combined Spanish, Italian, Chinese, Filipino, French and Russian to create Minionese. Number 25. Alaska had a cat mayor. Another interesting fun fact: the Alaskan town of Talkeetna had a cat as mayor for 20 years. You read that right. This feline was affectionately called Stubbs for his lack of a tail and served as the town mayor from 1997 to 2017. Stubbs didn't really have to do much official business, since the little town was merely a historic district and tourist spot.